first module, it is about introduction and mineralogy. The objectives we are going to discuss in this module is application of earth science in civil engineering practices, understanding the earth internal structure and its composition. We will be discussing the another part of this module with mineralogy, mineral properties, minerals which are using in the civil engineering industry, the importance of that minerals and their physical properties also will be discussing in this module. So we are starting with the first part, that is application of earth science in civil engineering. First part, it is about introduction of geology. Geology, first of all, we are defining what you mean by geology. Geology is a study of earth, its material and the process acting upon them. It includes the study of rocks and minerals and their information, weathering and metamorphosis. So, first of all, being a civil engineer or being an engineer, those who are dealing with the earth related work should have a knowledge about what is geology. So, geology, in a simpler manner, we can say that it is a study about the earth, its various process, like its various process. We know that magmatic eruption is there, volcanic eruption, so called. Then we know about earthquake, landslide, such natural hazards are there, and we heard about what to say the failure of a particular building or a dam or a reservoir due to the negligency of geology in that particular work. So like that, all the civil engineering work, it is related to geology. So it's very much important that a civil engineer should have a thorough knowledge about the geology of that area before his project commences. So, different process also includes weathering and metamorphosis. So, these details we will study in detail. We will study in the coming modules. So, weathering means it is the changes which is happening to the earth material when it is exposed to the earth atmosphere. And metamorphosis is nothing but changes which is happening to the rocks because of which is happening to rocks because of various activities which are happening upon them. So the knowledge on geology, it enables a civil engineer to understand engineering application of certain conditions related to the area of construction, which are essentially geological in nature. So now we are moving into the very important topic, that is application of earth science in civil engineering. Earth science is nothing but study about the earth, that is nothing but geology. So first scope of geology in civil engineering, we can say in foundation engineering. So all the civil engineering constructions, we know that it is having two stages, foundation stage and superstructure construction stage. So in the foundation design itself, as we know, the building foundation, it will be rest upon a hard strata which is located at shallow depth or sometimes in deep earth inside. So before designing the foundation, the civil engineer should know at what depth the hard strata is available, where it is available near to the earth surface, or whether it is seated very deep inside the earth. So if it is shallow depth availability of hard strata, what is the type of foundation design he should take? If it is available in the deep, hard strata is available only in the deep inside, say for pile foundation, something like that. So various methods of foundation to be identified. And if there is no stable hard strata is available at minimum depth, he may go with mat foundation or RCC foundation in order to give much more strength to the superstructure. So this is how the at the foundation design a geological knowledge will help. So if the hard strata is available, what is that hard strata? What is the type of rock? Hard strata is also can be called as bedrock. So this is the area where the ultimate load of any civil engineering structures will be distributed. So a civil engineer should have a very thorough knowledge about the hard strata. If the strata is available at very near to the earth surface, what is the type of rock, what is its strength, and durability, everything will be tested before designing the foundation. So next one, construction material. So for any type of civil engineering constructions in residential, dams, reservoir, tunnel, or road pavement, for everything rock will be using as a construction material. So how to select the suitable construction material, whether for flooring purpose or pavement aggregate purpose, or sometimes roofing purpose, or sometimes for some aesthetic view purpose, various rocks will be used. So which rock is suitable for what? Based on some criteria, so it can be selected. So without the geological knowledge, a civil engineer cannot able to select the suitable material for the construction. So that is how it will be helpful in construction material selection. Next one called infrastructure engineering. In the case of, suppose in the case of construction of a dam, a tunnel, or a bridge, so how the infrastructure design should be. Say, for example, you had observed many shapes of tunnels are there, D-shaped or circular, sometimes horseshoe shaped. So based on what these shapes of the tunnels are designed. Sometimes you had observed gravity dams are there, earthen dams are there. Based on what the design of these dams are varying, based on the local geology of the area, this infrastructure is getting varied. And next one, water resource engineering. In water resource engineering, how geological knowledge will help in the in case of in case of groundwater studies, at what depth the groundwater is available, what is the quality and quantity of that groundwater, and how to explore this groundwater. It may be through various geophysical methods, seismic methods or electrical resistivity methods, and other water resource management or river morphological studies, and a dam construction, where the dam to be constructed towards the upstream or towards the downstream, everything related to water resource. That is how the geological knowledge can be applied in water resource engineering. Next one, coming into another important application called geological map and sections. Geological maps are nothing but for any planning, for any major engineering projects, the geological map will be prepared of that area. Geological map of that area, it will include the topography of the area based on the elevation. A map will be prepared, topography, or we can say that how the landforms of that area, whether it is a plain land or a mountainous terrain, and elevations also will be marked using contour lines, and how the other geological structures of that area. Some deformation, sometimes it will be present in the hard strata, called fault, joints, unconformities, etc. So where it is located, whether it is a threat to the construction, what are the other precautionary measures are to be taken. These all knowledge will help by studying the geological map and sections of that area. So it is very important for major civil engineering projects like dam, tunnel, multi-story building, etc. So in order to improve, or in order to give more stability to the projects, or in order to give more but durability to the building and construction, the geological map and section study is very important to design as per the geology of that area. Next one, pre-geological survey. So for any selected area, as I said in the previous application, pre-geological survey is very important. How the land is, how the topography of that area, what is the maximum elevation in that area, what is the least elevation of that area. And if you are, suppose you wanted to align a road or a highway, from which how to align the road, how the topography of that area, which are the suitable alignment can be considered in that area. And if it is for a reservoir, whether the low-lying basinal area is available, what is the total intensity of rainfall availability of that area. Everything will be included in the pre-geological survey. So we can say these are the different important scope of geology in civil engineering in the foundation design, construction, infrastructure, water resource engineering, geological map session, and pre-geological survey. So if you observe in the explanation, you might got the idea that from beginning to end in the all part, including beginning to end, why I said this, from the foundation design onwards, construction, infrastructure, and sometimes after the future, the maintenance purpose. For everything, geological knowledge is very much important. And apart from this, in natural hazards, yeah, also a part of geology itself. And say for example, if an earthquake is happened in an area, and further the life of the buildings in that area, how to construct an earthquake resistant structures. Apart from civil engineering, design, and other planning knowledge, how the land will be behaving with respect to the earthquake vibrations, and if it is a landslide prone area. So many researches are going on even nowadays also. The landslides are happening not only because the rainfall itself, there are so many other reasons, slope stability, and what to say, the types of the soil is also a factor. So like that, in each and every part of the earth related structures and constructions, geology plays a very important role. So it's very much necessary that a civil engineer should have the knowledge on geology before he become a civil engineer, in order to give the more stability, strength, and durability to the projects he is doing and he is taken up.